Okay, this is my Pudel, and this is basically my personal build on the tank. So you know how I personally like to play this tank. It's not the way everybody's going to do it, and that's why I'm making a video about it, so that way you know the way it's possible to use this tank. First off, you'll see my guys are all look the same, so that way I can choose them between all of my other guys. And that way it's easy to know how I want to play this tank. Okay, so basically the commander, Brothers in Arms, has given Sixth Sense and Mentor. The reason why I like Mentor for his second skill is because it's going to boost all of these other skills and keep him as the least experienced crew member is trained twice as fast. So that means the Mentor gets trained twice as fast, and all of that goes into all of these other guys. So it really boosts the entire tank crew to make them level faster, okay? And I want these guys to level as fast as they possibly can. I don't want to spend a lot of time monkeying around with crew skills. Okay, so I've got Sixth Sense, and it's the first time I've really had Sixth Sense, so I'm enjoying it. On this one, it was a toss-up whether I wanted Deadeye or Designated Target first. Designated Target allows me 2 more seconds for every single spot that I do, and I figure that I'm close enough to the end game that that I will have both of these crew skills very soon. Deadeye is very good for me on offense, and I don't always have buddies around me, so I picked Deadeye for my 100% perk, and then Designated Target for my second perk. On this one, Brothers in Arms, Controlled Impact, I think you've seen me before. I'm going to ram people with this tank because I can't always pen them with my weapon. Not even with my APCR can I pen certain tanks. So I want to be able to hurt them any way I possibly can. And then off-road driving allows me to basically maneuver into position easier. This one, situational awareness, it gives me my spotting range. You notice I don't have recon, and I'm not going to have recon on this guy for a long time. It's a secondary skill that I don't really need because situational awareness does such a good job. Relaying is good because now I can contact anybody on my team, and I don't have to worry about anybody not knowing what the minimap is. And that is vital if you want to be a team player. You want to make sure that your buddies know what's going on the minimap. And the way you do that is through relaying. You could boost signal, you can do all this other stuff, but relaying helps your team. Now note this, your team know what the minimap is all about. Safe stowage, of course, and repairs on the loader. So that way, my third skill, of course, is going to then be repairs because I'm going to be ramming people and I don't want to have a broken tank when I ram them. Okay? Alright, so then we have the spall liner, which helps them with controlled impact. So we have 25% armor protection, 25% protection for the crew, and negative 10% stun duration. To complement that, I have the negative 5% to stun duration and 15% protection of the crew. So this crew looks like it should stay alive. It looks like it should not be stunned for a very long time, which is nice because I do get artillery attention, and that's just awesome. Also, 10% view range up to 445. 10% load capacity. Suspension durability is very nice, but this is where a rammer really gets a little bit of help. Negative 50% hull damage caused by suspension damage during impact. So that way when I'm ramming somebody, I don't take a lot of damage. Another thing is repairs. Module repairs is plus 10%. And then of course I have my bread with Smalek. So that's basically my vents, if you would. And I bought a ton of them because I know I'm going to use it a lot. So when it was on sale, I just bought a ton. So basically 4-second reload time. I count to 4, I know it's there. I count basically 4 and I know I'm going to be able to shoot something. So you shoot 1001, 1002, 1003, 1000, and you should be about loaded. I did not keep the engine power. I think it's going to be just fine with the engine power that it's got. If you notice, my view range is exactly 450. If I take out the Smalek, then it's going to be 430. So basically, I'm at 5 meters above the view range for this. So I'll be exactly 445 view range as I play. That's why recon isn't such a big deal. Since I have coded optics with the situational awareness and the Smalek, I get 450. If I spend some time on recon and put this on the tank, it's kind of like a waste. Eventually, I won't need the coated optics and I will be able to get close to 445, but I won't be able to hit 445 without coated optics. So for this particular tank in this particular setup, I want coated optics, I want the Smalek, I want the situational awareness. It gives me just enough visual range to do what I need to do to max it out. Okay? So that is something you need to know about tanks, is sometimes your setup needs to be maximized for an overall setup rather than just a specific setup. And I wanted to let you know all of that, that this is my tank. I ram with it, I snipe with it, I basically set up defensive positions with it because I can block using armor. It is a very good all-around tank, so you want to kind of build it as an all-around tank. However, if you're planning on using it as a sniping tank, I will build you a sniping tank here in just a moment, okay? One moment.